Hi everyone, welcome back. Today is going to be a very spicy episode, so strap in. Let's start by a real truth that you need to walk away from this episode with. You think that you are making choices consciously every single day, what to wear, what to eat, whether to take the action on that goal, whether to speak up in that meeting, but are you actually choosing that? Or are your choices already made for you? Because 95% of your thoughts, your emotions, and your behaviors are dictated by your subconscious programming. So let me ask you this: who is really in control of your life? You are not consciously making decisions. You are running a script. Let that sink in. I'll repeat it. You are not consciously making most of your decisions. You are just running a script. A script that was written for you by your past experiences, your conditioning, and the version of yourself that you think that you are. And unless you rewrite that script, unless you reprogram the you who's making those decisions, you are going to keep looping the same reality over and over again. This is why no matter how much you want something different, you keep finding yourself back in those same old patterns. The same relationship struggles, the same fears about being seen, the same business plateau, and the same old self-doubt. But today I want to help you break that cycle. Because when you realize that every single choice is being filtered through an identity that was programmed before you even knew that you had a choice, you can finally understand what has been keeping you stuck. And more importantly, you can see how to break free from that. So let's dive in. First up, I want to talk to you about the illusion of free will. We have all been sold a lie. The idea that we are logical, conscious beings making rational, self-directed choices. Because that sounds great and it makes you feel powerful and in control. But in reality, science shows us that 95% of what you do is unconscious. A product of our habits, our beliefs, and our automatic responses wired into your nervous system. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, you don't decide how you feel. Your brain scans for the things that you remember from yesterday. And so it delivers you the same emotional cocktail that you're used to having. And when you're presented with an opportunity, you don't consciously weigh up all the options. Your subconscious already has a story ready for you about how that is going to be possible for you. Or when you hesitate to take action, it's not because you're being logical. It's because your nervous system has been conditioned to associate uncertainty with danger. Your brain isn't choosing, it's repeating. And this is where most people stay, recycling their past over and over again, calling it life. But we are not here for that. We are here for something much bigger. And I know that you are meant for more. You feel that pull to something more, just like I did. You sense that there's another level of you that is just waiting to be activated. And I want to help you get to that version of you, because that version of you does not emerge by accident. She emerges the moment that you start making choices from a new frequency, not an old program. And so let's take this even deeper. Quantum physics tells us that all possibilities already exist. Right now, there are infinite versions of you living out infinite realities. The version of you that already has everything that she wants, she's already out there living that life. So why are you not living like that version of you? Because you are tuned into a specific identity, a specific frequency that dictates what choices you think are available to you, thanks to your subconscious mind. If your subconscious mind believes that you are not confident enough, every choice that you make is going to align with that belief. If you've been conditioned to fear rejection or have the fear of showing up, you're not even going to see the opportunities that are available to you to take up the space that you deserve to. If your nervous system doesn't feel safe with you showing up or posting that post on social media, you are always going to self-sabotage showing up as your fullest self. Not because you're broken, not because you're not ready, but because your subconscious cannot create a reality that contradicts with its programming. So we've got to get rid of it. And this is why we cannot be dealing with surface level habits like affirmations. Don't get me wrong, I love a good affirmations, and affirmations have their place, but you've got to do the groundwork and get in and rewire these subconscious programs, because if you don't, you're just going to be, like we were saying, running on a repeating loop, and those affirmations are not going to help you. Your brain is not going to believe them and label them as bullshit. Therefore, they are not going to be sinking in. So let's do the deep work. So, how do you break free from this cycle? And how do you start making choices from your future self instead of your past self? Every time that you hesitate or you shrink or you choose comfort over expansion, pause, and I want you to ask yourself, who is it that is making this decision? Is it the version of you who is already successful, confident, magnetic as fuck? Or is it the version of you who still believes that she's not ready? Because the moment that you become aware of your patterning, you gain power to actually change it all. Step number 2 is to rewire your identity and your self-concept at the subconscious level. Because your subconscious mind does not speak in logic. It speaks in repetition and emotion. So to shift your identity, which is what we want to do, you have to consistently expose your brain to new beliefs, new experiences, and new emotional states. This is why inside my free 3-day email series, Rewired and Unstoppable, I'm going to be taking you through a process of subconscious reprogramming, because you can't think your way into a new identity. You have to actually train your brain to believe it. And then step 3, start making decisions from the future, not from the past. Your next level self, she already exists. So when you're faced with a choice, just ask yourself, what would the version of me who already has everything that I want do? How would she think? What would she believe? And then I want you to act accordingly with that. Because the fastest way to become your future self is to start making choices as if you are already her. I want you to take the next step, which is to message me the word rewire, and I will send you my free 3-day email experience, Rewired and Unstoppable, where you will go through the exact process of subconscious reprogramming so that you can stop making decisions from outdated programming and start choosing instead from the future self. And this is where your shift is going to begin, because the moment that you decide to rewire your mind, you are going to become unstoppable. So I'll put all the information below that you need, or you can DM me anywhere, Instagram at Elevate with Susie, DM me Rewire, I'll send you the link that you need. But otherwise, I just highly recommend that you do this work. No one wants to be stuck in the past. No thank you. And if you haven't yet, I would be so grateful if you could subscribe so you never miss an episode, but also leave me a little rating and a review. That would mean the absolute world to me. Or hop on Instagram and send me a DM with your biggest breakthrough or takeaway or anything that you want me to discuss next time. And I want you to remember that the moment that you start thinking differently, you can start living differently. Until next time, my friends, keep elevating.